Yo, welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm gonna see if I can beat Terraria using a weapon randomizer. Every so often, my weapon will randomize into another weapon, but it'll only randomize pre-hard mode weapons. Once I get into hard mode, then it'll cycle through those and also pre-hard mode weapons as well. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, to start things off, I chopped down some trees for some wood. The first weapon I got from the randomizer was a ebon wood sword. It wasn't the ideal weapon, but it was still an upgrade. I kept going right, and I was able to find a sky island, and inside the chest was a red balloon. I went to the underground desert and found myself some Hermes boots. When I got back to the surface, I started storing some of my stuff away. Afterwards, I began mining to hell. At night, I started collecting some stars to increase my mana just in case I ever got a weapon that needed mana. In the morning, I built some houses for some NPCs. I went back underground and collected enough life crystals to increase my health to 200. With a good amount of health now, I summoned the King Slime. Luckily, I had the Demon Scythe with me and a good amount of mana, so I was able to deal some good damage. During the fight, my weapon switched into the yellow phase blade, which made the fight a lot harder. But with my quick thinking, I ran to my house and was able to trap it so I could just stand there and start whacking it. Unfortunately though, after I killed it, I wasn't able to get the King Slime mount. I killed it again, but the mount wouldn't drop. I wasn't sure what else to do, so I went back underground and found some more accessories and also some life crystals. I figured it was about time to fight the Eye of Cthulhu, so with the Shadewood bow, I started the fight. It was going well and all, but then unfortunately it randomized into the wooden sword, so I had to keep dodging for a while. It randomized into the Beekeeper and then finally into the Vile Thorn. I then killed the King Slime one more time and finally got the mounts. I went to the jungle to find some more life crystals, and then at night, I went to the dungeon to summon Skeletron. For this fight, I started off with the katana and then I rolled into the space gun, which was pretty lucky. After a while, it randomized into the palmwood sword, and that kind of scared me a bit because I couldn't really deal any damage and I was scared that morning might come. So I had to just dodge in the meantime and just let my bee do all the work. Also, one more thing to mention, if I get a summoner weapon, example the bee I have right now, then that bee will stay with me until I get killed. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The next weapon I got was the handgun, and unfortunately I did not have any bullets, so I could not use that as well. But thank God I got the Hellwing bow, and that pretty much just saved me. After Skeletron, I went straight to fight the Eater of Worlds. I started with the purple phase blade, and it did a lot of damage. It then switched to the Rally, which was still not a bad weapon at all. And last but not least, I got the Phoenix Blaster, and this thing was just destroying the Eater of Worlds so easily. I was just about to finish it off, but for some reason, it kind of just ran off on me, so I couldn't really finish it. I hate leaving things unfinished, so I summoned it again and this time finally finished the job with the Dark Lance that was even better than the Phoenix Blaster. After defeating the Eater of Worlds, I continued mining towards Hell. After I made it to Hell, I built a bridge to later on fight the Wall of Flesh. I also mined some Hellstone. After I made a full set of molten armor, I drank a gravitation potion and found myself a sky island with a lucky horseshoe. I began the Wall of Flesh fight with the Arculus, and I knew that this weapon was just crazy broken, and I had to use it while I could before it switched to another weapon. I did however wish that I had the Cobalt Shield because getting knocked around like this was just really annoying and I couldn't really maximize how much damage I did. I got super close to killing it, but it had to randomize into a spear, which completely messed me up. I extended the bridge all the way to the right side of the world, and then I went to the dungeon and got myself the cobalt shield. I went back down to hell and waited for a better weapon, and then I got the beat gun, so I decided let's use that to start the fight. I was able to take down a quarter of its HP, but then it switched to the enchanted boomerang. I then got the slime staff to summon a slime to fight for me, and then a tin bow. At least it's better than the enchanted boomerang. Then the final weapon I got was the diamond staff to finally finish off the wall of flesh. When I got back up on the surface, I had to deal with the goblin army, and the first weapon I got was the cursed flame. And then I got the tsunami bow from Duke Fishron to finish off the army. After dealing with the goblin army, I went back down to the corruption and broke some demon altars to spawn in the hard mode ores. I started mining palladium first, and then mithril, and then titanium. I mined enough titanium to make the full armor set as well as 2 of the other helmets. At night, I built a box up in the sky and then summoned the destroyer. I had the meteor staff equipped, but then it switched to the pearl wood bow right when it spawned. Like, how unlucky is that? In the end, I was overwhelmed by a lot of probes that killed me. I went back to the dungeon and found the wizard, so I bought the crystal ball from him to make the endless quiver pouch and also the endless musket pouch, so that I don't have to worry about ammo whenever I get a ranged weapon like the musket, for example, or a bow. While I waited for night to arrive, I killed some wyverns for their souls of flight to make some wings. When night arrived, I summoned the destroyer once more, and this time I started off with the flying knife. My weapon then randomized into the Terra blade, so I went down a bit lower to make the most use out of it. After the Terra blade, I got the Star Wrath. I didn't want to waste this opportunity, so after I killed the destroyer, I summoned the Skeletron Prime right away. I killed some more wyverns and harpies, and I got the mechanical eye, so I summoned the twins and killed them with the piranha gun and also the yellets. Also, I was lucky enough to get the Stardust Dragon summon, so that helped a lot too. I finally farmed enough Souls of Flight to make the Demon Wings. After I made my pickaxe axe, I went to the jungle and mined some chlorophyte ores. I later found the Plantera bulb, so I cleared out an area for the arena. After my weapon got randomized into the Flareon, I decided to break the Plantera bulb. The Flareon was so strong that I used it throughout the whole fight. Right after Plantera was defeated, I got the temple key and made my way into the temple to fight Golem. I'm so glad that I started with the influx waiver because this thing was really good for this boss. After taking out both its arms and its head, it then switched to the True Knight's Edge, which was not a bad weapon at all. After defeating Golem, I went to the dungeon and summoned the Lunatic Cultist. My true Excalibur got switched into the Fatigued Bagnax, if that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, I had to get up close and personal with this boss. It then randomized into the Beam Sword, and then finally into the Shadow Flame Hexstall. I killed the Vortex Pillar first, and then I killed the twins for some more hollowed bars. I needed the hollowed bars to make the hollowed armor set. I was gonna fight Moonlord soon, so I needed a lot more health, and that's why I farmed some more life fruits in the jungle. After I got enough life fruits to get 500 health, I went to kill the rest of the pillars. To start off the last fight, I got the nail gun. Can you believe that? So I pretty much couldn't do anything at this point. The next weapon I got was the Palladium Repeater. It was not a great weapon at all, but it was still something. At least I could deal damage, right? It then randomized into the true Excalibur once again. A bit better weapon this time, but honestly it still wasn't enough. Guess what? Back to the fatigued bag necks. I was so glad I was able to get tabbies from Bone Lee in the dungeon, because without it I wouldn't be able to touch the hands with this weapon. I won't lie, this fight took me at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes because the weapons I got weren't that good, and it was able to heal itself for like 1000 HP whenever it tried to like throw out its tongue onto me. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the part where I actually get good weapons, and yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. Alright, so the next weapon I got was the Nebula Blaze, and thank god, if it weren't for this weapon, I don't think I would have beaten this boss. After cycling throughout some more weapons, I got the Solar Eruption, and this helped me finish off the top eye of Moonlord. And finally, my last weapon was the last Prism. I was super glad that I bought some mana potions before fighting this boss. And there we have it, guys. I beat Terraria with a weapon randomizer. It wasn't really that fun considering how often I got like really bad weapons and not being able to do much during those times, but other than that, I guess this mod was alright. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.